Happy Friday, children! So excited that it's Friday because that means I have all Saturday and all Sunday to finish or try to finish a painting that I've been working on for our classroom. So it's this little thing, it's called paint by numbers. So every number you see, you paint it a certain color. So I've been working on it. What do you think it's going to be? You'll see it when it's done, but what do you think it's going to be? It's for our classroom. So, what's the theme of our classroom? I don't know. Let's see if you can figure it out before we come back, or before you see it, I guess. So here we go. Story for today is called Officer Buckle and Gloria. It's by Peggy Rathman. So, let's read it. Supposedly it's a pretty good book. Officer Buckle. So if he's an officer, what's that mean? Yeah, he's probably a police officer. So let's look at this page. Looks like he fell. Oh no, poor Officer Buckle. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Natville. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77. Never stand on a swivel chair. Oh, so he did fall off the swivel chair. So why wouldn't you want to stand on a swivel chair? What happened to him? Yeah, he fell. So what tip is this? Yeah, number 77. Thank you, Officer Buckle, for telling us not to stand on swivel chairs. Hopefully none of you are doing that. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Natville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Is that okay to do? Is it okay to fall asleep and not listen to people when they're trying to talk to you? No, we don't want to do that. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle. But Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. What's she doing? Yeah, she's standing on the swivel chair. What do we know will happen if she stands on the swivel chair? Yeah, she could fall. Is that a good thing? Oh, that's not a good thing. At least he's trying. Then one day, Natville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. Would you be excited if you saw a dog at the school? Oh, I'd be so excited. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. Is she a good pup? Yeah, she's just a good doggy. She's doing what the officer tells her to do. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Why do you think they're sitting up and staring? What do you think happened to make them want to sit up? Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Is she paying attention to Mr. Buckle, Officer Buckle? Yeah, she is. So maybe that will make the children pay attention too. Let's see. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Why are the children paying attention now? What's going on? He's not doing anything different. But what's different this time? Who does he have with him? Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. So, what's she doing every time he looks? See, she's doing something silly here, but now what is she doing? Every time he looks, she sits. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. But who are they looking at? Are they looking at Officer Buckle? Or are they looking at... Yeah, they're looking at Gloria. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. Because what were they paying attention to? They were listening, but who were they paying the most attention to? Yeah, Gloria, because she's acting it all out, isn't she? She's trying to help Officer Buckle. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Natville School. What's it look like they have up here? What do all of these have on them? Yeah, they have Gloria. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawings showed a lot of imagination. Dear Gloria and Officer Buckle, thanks for coming to our school. You are nice. Your friend, George. Is it nice to write thank you notes whenever people come into the school and talk? Yeah, it's really nice to do that. I'm sure Officer Buckle is very happy. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend, Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. So, was Claire paying attention to the story? Or to him speaking? Yeah, she was paying a lot of attention. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. "Officer Buckle," they said, "our students want to hear your safety tips. And please, bring along that police dog." Why do you think that they want him to bring the police dog? Yeah, because the students pay attention more whenever she comes along. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. What's Gloria doing here? Is she doing some flips in the air? And here she's rolling over, being a funny little pup. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Why do you think he loves having a buddy so much? Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. You see them videotaping, looking at Officer Buckle. Oh, they're videotaping down here. These guys are just looking. What are those called? You know? Yeah, binoculars. They're just watching Officer Buckle and Gloria. When he finished safety tip number 99, "Do not go swimming during electrical storms," the students jumped to their feet and applauded. What happened to Gloria? She's acting it out, isn't she? "Bravo! Bravo!" they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. He seems like he's really happy these kids are paying attention. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. Who's there right beside of him? Yeah, there's Gloria. The next day, the principal of Knappville School telephoned the police station. "Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech." Officer Buckle frowned. "I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway." "Oh," said Mrs. Topple. "Well, how about Gloria? Could she come?" Why do you think Officer Buckle is so upset? Yeah, because they're paying attention to Gloria and not him. But aren't they? Aren't students still listening to him? Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knappville School had its biggest accident ever. So can Gloria do this without Officer Buckle? Doesn't look like it. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat! Splatter! Sploosh! Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. Oh no! See all the banana pudding? What's going to happen with the hammer? What do you think? Oh no. Could fall and hit somebody. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, "Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend, Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. So isn't at least one person paying attention? At least, but we know most of them had to be. Why? Because what was happening whenever Officer Buckle and Gloria were together? Were any accidents happening? No accidents were happening. But as soon as Gloria gets split up, what starts happening again? Yeah, they get into accidents. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. What do you think his safety tip is going to be? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Let's see. See if you were right. Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. So what did we learn? What did we learn? Who are the main characters? Who are the main characters? Officer Buckle and Gloria, right. So as soon as Officer Buckle had Gloria, he realized, or he thought, that people weren't paying attention. But were they really? Yeah, they were. Well, I really like this story, and I hope that you did too. I hope that you are following the safety tips at your home during this time and you're listening to the families that you're with, remember, always listen to the parents and teachers. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.